Hello and welcome everybody to Game 2 of Naama versus Tefel from an unknown tournament that I don't know where the heck this game came from. Game 2 is going to be here on Shattered Temple, and spawning in the bottom left position as the Green Terran. Playing from Team Virus, we have Naama. Spawning in close air positions in the 9 o'clock position as the Blue Zerg. Playing from Team Blast, we have Tefel. As I was saying, I have no idea about the origins of this tournament. If you do, please send it to me. I already looked around for like half an hour, but it's possible that the tournament results just aren't posted up on any other website yet. I think it might be from a Zotac Cup, but I'm not sure. I will check again tomorrow, and I will update appropriately. In Game 1, we saw a fantastic macro-style game from both of these players, and in the end, I think Naama's macro was just not quite as strong as Tefel. Tefel was just really strong. Naama, did they switch colors? Is it just me, or did they switch colors? I keep looking at the colors up here, and I feel like they switched. They might have switched. Anyway, in the first game, I just felt like Naama tried to go for some early aggression, didn't really pan out for him, and at that point Tefel just got out Mutalisks and pretty much just put Naama on the defensive for so long that he was just able to get as many bases as he wanted and just macro like a beast and get up tons and tons of hatcheries and tons of mining. 100 drones, I mean, that's just ridiculous with no harassment from Naama. So I think he just won out in the longer macro game, and Naama, despite having a pretty long go, I mean, he survived for very long, considering he was about 100 supply down for a very long time. But he just wasn't able to win it out in the end. The macro of Tefel was just a little bit too strong. Now we do have that spawning pool going down here for Tefel. Looks like he is going to be going for that fast expansion after pool. And there it goes, the expansion now going down in the base of Naama right now. One gas is down right now as a barracks comes up. Most likely going to be seeing a factory coming down after this. Although, in the previous game, we did see him throw down a very fast reactor so that he could swap it onto his factory. So that's a possibility too. But I think it's actually better to get that, that factory first. Why? Because, well, you can overlap their build times. If you build a factory before you build the reactor, then you can start getting that factory up, and since the factory takes longer, once you get another 50 resources, you can get up another reactor on this, and wow, I think this is actually going to be pretty closely timed here. 50 gas was just reached, and yeah, I like that. I like that timing a lot. That Marine pops out just in time, just as he gets that 50 gas, a smidgen late, but then that reactor goes down, and then the next question is how close these two are going to be to completing at the same time. Looks like we have 12 seconds there. Not quite at the same time. Looks like the reactor is going to be just a little bit slow, so maybe not quite the perfect timing after all. In the meantime, Tefel is going to be moving across the map with a couple of Zerglings, going to be trying to poke into his opponent's base. Looks like he's going to be able to pick off that Marine for free as it is going to go down. The SCV trying to come out to help fight, but he's now going to be pulling back, and a couple more SCVs are now being pulled right now because there are no other Marines in the base right now. A little bit of micro going down for Naama as one SCV is going to fall, and now these Lings are trapped in the main of Naama, and he's going to be able to pick off Tefel's Zerglings here. Tefel, I think, is okay with that right now, though, just because he has scouted his opponent's build. He knows completely what's going on. He's got an Overlord down there in that lower position. He's going to keep this Zergling alive for as long as he possibly can. The reactor is down on that factory, and Tefel is going to be completely aware of it, I think, just because, let's see, what is his reaction going to be right now? Spinecrawler is now going down. The main Zergling speed just now being started as well, so it looks like Tefel feeling pretty good right now, knows exactly what's coming from his opponent, saw the timing on the reactor, saw those Hellions building. He knows that those Hellions are going to be on the way and coming up to his base very soon, and will that Spinecrawler be out here in time, or is Naama going to be able to do some damage here? He's now moving in. Looks like that Queen is going to block the ramp. Love that play there from Tefel. Looks like these Hellions are going to get in the back, but of course, with only 2 Hellions, you cannot one-shot drones, but they're still darn good against slow Zerglings, and they are now just going to be picking those off quite easily, and ooh, Tefel needs to be very careful because Naama did see all those drones clumped up right there, and now Tefel just going to be pulling back right now. Looks like he was forced he has forced those Hellions away just a little bit, placing Lings up here in a smart position. Love this positioning here from TefL, as they are going to block motion. They're going to prevent those Hellions from just getting a nice smooth trip all the way through there. The Queens, in the meantime, one to block the ramp, one to keep moving around and making sure. And ooh, I don't know about this spine crawler placement here by TefL. I don't know that was a good idea to uproot it there. I think Naama could have had a chance there to run around and maybe do a little bit of damage there. Not the safest play. And also, the spine crawler is now in such a forward position that these Hellions can now just kind of run by and deal lots of damage and only get hit by the spine crawler like maybe once. In the base of Naama right now, that reactor factory is still up, but no Hellions are being produced anymore. It looks like he is going to finish with these 5 that are currently up, and it looks like he's going to start to deal some damage here, and this is exactly what I was talking about. This spine crawler is just a little bit too far forward for my taste, but of course this evolution chamber is doing a good little wall off there, using this queen and this evolution chamber to completely block off that attack path. So Naama's not going to be able to get in there and do too much damage, because I think that if they're actually here, then, well, from there they're not going to deal too much damage, and if they're here, that spine crawler can definitely be poking away at him. So Naama's just going to be using these Hellions right now for a little bit of a light contain, a little bit of scouting. He does see that the Roach Warren has come down here for TefL. His reaction right now is just to throw down some more barracks. We have more barracks on the way, and whoa, we actually see a lot of Marauders now being produced. I think he's anticipating that big Roach reaction here from TefL, and then he's just going to pretty much counter it outright with Marauders. So that could be very, very strong here if he does this carefully. This is not something that I see happen very commonly, and as you can see, those Marauders take out those Roaches so fast. These Zerglings are just going to go for a big counterattack here, or at least a small counterattack. This is only, I guess, 7 Zerglings, so they can't really go for a big counterattack, but he is going to be able to get some scouting information off of this. See that a command center has gone down here for Naama, and these Hellions are now going to prevent those from dealing any damage. In the meantime, are these Marauders actually going to pull back? These Marauders are a little bit exposed right now, because if Lings were to come out, Lings could get a good surround on those Marauders, and they would be toast. Now, the Roach count is getting very high here for TefL, and as we can see, 8 Roaches currently on the production tab, as well as Glial Reconstitution. Could he be going for some kind of big Roach timing attack here? Roach all in. He's only got 1 more gas mining there right now, and it looks like these Roaches are going to force the forces of Naama away as more and more Roaches being produced. He's currently way up in the food count, 69 Harvesters to 48. These Hellions really just haven't dealt all that much damage. TefL mining currently on 3 gas right now. No, only 2 gas right now. He's got 1 gas geyser that is currently inactive. Oops, a little bit of mistake there from TefL. But now he's just producing pretty much purely Roaches and Lings, so it looks like he's going to go for a big Roach Ling timing attack and try to catch his opponent with his pants down before this orbital command gets up. And he is moving across the map with a very scary force, and Naama is aware of it. Looks like that 1 Marauder is going to go down, and Naama now forced to pull back in a very scary position right now. That is so many Roaches. Now pulling up to the high ground, going to have to lift off that orbital command, save as many workers as he can, get as many Hellions as he can up on the high ground, and get ready to mass repair some buildings, because that is a lot of Roaches to have to deal with here for Naama. In the meantime, we do have a drop going down in the main. Looks like it's going to start to focus down some drones, going to start to focus down that spawning pool as well. So far, didn't do too much damage right now. Only 1 worker was killed, but these Roaches are still doing a strong contain here out on the front, and it looks like now some Roaches have arrived to clear this up. And is that medevac going to go down? There are a couple of Queens here. They are going to get off 1 more shot, and it looks like that medevac is going to live. Now, TefL did get that spawning pool, so he's going to be able to, he's not going to be able to produce any Lings for a while, so he's just going to produce drones. In the meantime, no spawning pool is actually being recreated, and oh no, Naama lowering those supply depots, and ooh, it looks like TefL is just a little too worried to push up that ramp. That is a very narrow choke for a lot of Roaches to have to fight in with a siege tank on the high ground, as well as Marauders in a bunker. That can be very, very hard to take out, as well as these medevacs. These medevacs are going to make all of these barracks units pretty tanky, just because they've got so much healing going on top of them. Now, the spawning pool is just now being started once again by TefL. No upgrades yet, though. The evolution chamber is down. That was strictly for defensive play to make sure those Hellions don't slip around behind. But that spawning pool is still a long way out, leaving a small contingent of Roaches and Lings here at this ledge, and I really, really like that play from TefL. Doesn't want to fully commit to this attack if he gets every single force that he has down here at this lower location. He's going going to be really, really hard for the drop that is now coming in his main. Holy cow, this is a big drop coming into the main, but Tefel is now just moving into the main of Nama right now, and I do not know about this move here from Nama. Tefel's got another base mining right now. All he needs to do is pull back and defend this, and his opponent is pretty much dead. As we can see, SCVs have now been pulled off the line. These forces in the base of Tefel right now, trying to focus on these roaches, but there are a lot of roaches here. That siege tank does finally get sieged up, is going to force those roaches back, but these roaches back in Nama's base are dealing so much damage to all the production structures, killing everything as it comes out. Siege tank just pops out long enough to get off a few shots before being taken down. The worker count right now for Nama is so low right now, 4 harvesters to 34, and Tefel feeling really, really good. He's still got this one base mining, still continuing to produce more roaches, more lings, and notice he's not rallying them to his opponent's base. He knows he's got plenty there to be able to take out the rest of his base, and all the units that he has are now being brought up here to this main position to be able to take down these siege tanks, and it looks like even drones are joining the fight as all the forces of Nama are now going down so fast. He's losing a lot of drones right now, but as we can see, despite losing a lot of drones, he's still up 18-3. Nama with the little bit of BM there, and Tefel actually cleaning up. I'm actually kind of in disagreement there with Nama, as Terran is quite a strong race, so I don't think that that's quite the most accurate description of the races. But it's just a roll of the dice, says Nama. How am I supposed to know? You have scans, Nama. Or Banelings. Yeah. I think you have scans that allows you to see anything on the map at any time, and I'm just going to fast forward because I think this is pretty much GG. Tefel's now in the base of Nama, cleaning up everything he's got. Looks like this last Marauder is going to go down here, but the worker count is so low, and Nama is not producing any more workers right now, so he has really given up this game. Well played by Nama. There we go. A little bit of the good manner. That's what I like to see. Well played. To counter me blindly, it was irony if you didn't get it. I don't know whether you agree with Nama or not. Nama did lose that match, and Tefel is going to be the winner of this best of 3. Thank you guys so much for watching this series. If you guys enjoyed this cast and want to see more of my casts, well, check out my YouTube channel at youtube.com/GlitchStarCraft. Check out me on Twitter at twitter.com/GlitchStarCraft, and that is going to do it for me, guys. Once again, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you so much for subscribing. Comment down below. I always try to reply to all my comments just because I just like to reply to all my comments and things because I love my subscribers so much. So thank you guys so much for watching, and Glitch